Mano abajo, pero no abajo de la aguja. Lo empujas hacia abajo, lo subes por debajo y tiene la bolita, usas la bolita y le pones presión, así.
Team face, which you are pretty much in that realm, right, of being teams. So go ahead and cut it. Lo que hace esta máscara tan fácil es que usamos un plato para hacer el patrón. Y entonces lo que van a hacer ahora los chicos es cortar el patrón, y este es lo que vamos a usar para hacer su máscara. Y yo tengo una máscara donde usé el patrón para una cara de adulto. So, este es mi plato más grande de mi casa. Here's another one that we made. Same pattern. This one I just sewed the edge, and I quite didn't like that because it makes it stiff, versus if I leave it unsewed, then it's more fluid and I could adjust it. So it's really kind of like go as you learn what works best. And then I'm currently working on this one, which I did specifically to show the workshop today, and it's a nice you know, Long Beach. I think of Long Beach, you know, the cool waves. This is another nice pattern. This is an adult size mask here. So I've been working on this since March actually. The very first patterns we did were camouflage masks, because we are big on camouflage material. We really like that. Okay, so how are we doing? We're good? Yes? On the left corner of your mask, and mark where it says 2, and then go to where it says 5. So you should have 2 marks, one at 2 and one at 5. And it's right here in the on my big paper over here. So I put my measuring tape, and I'm going to mark 2 inches. This is my 2-inch mark, and then this is my 5-inch mark. This space right here, don't sew. You're going to leave it unsewn for a while. It's really important. Okay? So once you have that on your mask, you have your 2-inch mark and your 5-inch mark. You're gonna make sure you don't sew that part. So you want to use your needle threader. You want to insert it into the eye of your needle, and you want to put your thread into that wiry opening of your needle threader. You want to pull it down, and then you want to pull out your needle threader. So that you have now a threaded needle.
Awesome.
And you just want to cut right there. And you always want to cut away from you, because there's times when you're cutting the way you were doing it, and you can actually snip your skin. So always cut away from you. It's like with the box cutters.
Oh yeah, right.
Did you do it? Okay. Can you insert it without a needle threader? You have it? Okay, so now you have your two ends at the end. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, you have two ends.
So I just
So
put-
join them side to side. Join your two ends. And if you want to get it close up to this one. And you want to make a loop like this. You want to make a loop. And you want to put the end through the hole or through the circle. I have this story with my kids. It's like this is the rabbit with its ears. This is how my kids understand. And then I'm going to make a circle. And my rabbit with its two ears wants to go into his little den. And then you want to pull the ears out. That's what I tell my kids. And they actually figured out how to do everything using that story. Mis niños, les digo que este es el conejito. Y hacemos un círculo, así, cruzando los hilos. Y el conejito se quiere meter a su madriguera. Ya que se metió, le jalamos las orejitas. Y se hace un nudo. Then, turn your cloth over and go back in through the back this time. And maybe the size of a rice. You all know what rice looks like because you help mom and grandma, right? Or you eat it, right? I just had rice yesterday. So that's the size of about a rice grain. So I go back out. And then I turn my cloth over. Again, this is how I taught my kids at the beginning. And again, the size of a grain of rice. Following that line that you all did, that's your guide. You're going to go in and out. In and out. In and out. So you have, if you look at your cloth, you're going to have little pieces of rice in a line. I have two. How many do you have green? How many can you see?
I don't know. I had to retie my knot because it.
Oh, okay. How about you, Gray? ¿Cuántos granitos de arroz puedes ver en tu tela?
Apenas dos.
¿Todavía? ¿Ah?
Apenas dos.
¿Dos? Muy bien. Dos está muy bien. what you want to do is open up your mask, and you're going to connect this corner with this corner, and then you want to push the center down at the towards the bottom, so you end up with like a boat, a cup, a plate, you know, kind of like visualize whatever it is that makes sense to you, because this is basically what's going to be cover your face like this. It's just inside out right now. Does that make sense?
How do I turn it like that?
It will happen. It's just that you remember when you sewed your when I had you sew at 2 and 5 inches, yours was a little bit off, but it will come through anyways. So just hang tight. But for right now, so you connected this edge, and what you want to do is you want to pin this edge down. You want to pin it there. And you want to make sure that your cloth is connected, right? So can you bring your pins in? So you push them down, but can you bring them back in and out to the front like that? There you go. And you want to do the same thing on the other side. Like that.
This one too?
Yep. Yep, okay. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me rescue mine. I don't want anybody. Now take your liner. This is what's gonna, this particular liner does not allow any microparticles through your mask. So this is what you could add to your mask. Now, you could also just use 3 layers of cloth, and it does as well as this one. So it's kind of like you can choose. I can do 3 layers, or I could put this liner in there. Okay, so go ahead and fold it in half as well. And you see here where it says cut, you want to line that side up with the bottom of your blue propylene. And again, what do you want to do? Pin, right? Pin it down. So, bueno, entonces lo que van a hacer es cortar el patrón para hacer la parte de adentro de la máscara. Es un material que no permite micro partículas. Entonces, igual le van a insertar agujas para que no se mueva al cortar. Unas 2, una a cada lado, es más que suficiente. And once you have that pinned down, go ahead and cut around your pattern. Ya que lo hayan sujetado con sus agujas, corten alrededor, excepto la parte del medio. La parte que está doblada, no la corten. Don't cut this part, okay? Y de nuevo, cuando terminen, guarden sus agujas. Y al final van a tener algo así como me recuerda a Batman, ¿no? O Superman. La forma de Batman o Superman. The shape reminds me of Batman or Superman. Dun, dun, dun. Luego lo cortas alrededor sin cortar la orilla. No vais a cortar esta parte, la parte cerrada. Nomás alrededor. Vamos a quedar con un patrón así. ¿Y lo abres? ¿Se parece a Superman? El escudo. Muy bien, ya tienes tu escudo. Down as well. The left side and the right side. You want to pin them down so it looks like you want. This is what you want your mask to look like. It's okay. It's okay if it feels big. If it feels that your propylene, your liner is too big, it's okay. If it feels that way, your propylene liner can squish itself into the mask if it's too big. Don't worry about the size of the propylene liner. What you want to do is make sure that you pin it. Okay? And then let's see. Let me just kind of make sure that, okay, so this is your corner, right? Pin it, let's pin it down sideways. Okay. Like that. And then you want to pin it on this side, this edge.
Okay.
Like that.
Okay.
Step we're at the moment is closing our mask by putting the liner in at the same time. So from here we're gonna sew across. Okay. Just remember to make your stitches the size of rice. Little stitches. The little stitches prevent your mask from opening. And with sewing it's a skill that requires lots of practice to master. So if you struggled a little bit, just know that all you need to do is practice. It's like when you started riding a bicycle or skating, you didn't get on the bicycle and took off. You fell, you got up, you fell, you got up, and then one day it just happened and you rode off into the sunset or something like that. Okay, but you want to do, where's your stitches? Where are they? Back here. Okay, so remember, in, out, in, out, in, out. Like this. In, out.
skateboarders where they're holding the camera on the skateboard could use it like a dolly.
If you go around, that's a different stitch.
Yeah.
I know.
so
We
like,
can do that one. We're gonna do that one later. But for this one, you want to do small stitches. Yes. Okay. Keep going. At the very edge of your purpling. ¿Cómo?
En esta parte, ¿cómo lo haces cuando quieres?
A ver. Cuando tienes, por ejemplo, aquí, como tienes esto, lo podemos reconfigurar. Reconfigurar es acomodar de nuevo. So, así. Y te fijas esta parte que cortamos. Ahí está. Ahí está reconfigurada. Ok, ahí está. ¿Te fijas? Entonces sigue esta línea como la tienes ahí hasta acá. Ahí vas bien, muy bien. Through the enclosure that you made. And you pull it out. And you now have your two ends exposed. And you make a knot. And this mask, by the looks of it, is for like a teen size. I made a teen size. And yours, I think yours, by the looks of it, would be for a small child. Perfect. You want to do the Got it? Make them at the end. Okay. Right? Because you want this to go over your ears. Or whichever ears they're going to go over. Just the edge. And that's it.